Hi everyone, welcome back to your Not So Ordinary Scrapbook channel. This is Tuesday, so I don't have any clients on Tuesday, generally, yet anyway. I have 2 new clients that are starting soon, but all the insurance and all that stuff has to be taken care of. The assessments have been done on these 2 kiddos, but there's a lot of red tape that has to go through in order for them to get started, and then I start scheduling appointments to see them. So for now, Tuesdays are a good day for me to film. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's or last night's video of my scrap room tour. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I've been able to get on this channel. So I'm excited to continue filming because it was something that I enjoyed. I didn't really get paid anything for it. I have gotten free stuff sometimes a long time ago from different places, but that's not why I do it. I do this because I enjoy scrapbooking and I like to share ideas and build a community of like-minded people. I also like to share my life. I mean, it's something that I think is important, is to build a community of a friendship with people. So, and last week was kind of a crappy week, so I'm trying to brighten my spirits, doing as much stuff as I can to make me feel better, because I tend to overthink things and I just dwell on stuff that is completely out of my control. So for this video, I thought I'd catch you up on my December daily. I have 8 layouts left of this album from Christmas 2023. I'm not going to do December daily every day. I am not going to film every day because I see clients most of the week. But I'm going to try to create a schedule where I am filming probably 2 or 3 times a week. I think that that's doable now that I'm only working 1 job. So, and that actually, even though that situation ended badly, just having this extra time to be able to decompress and not have to be going is actually turning out to be a blessing. So, but we will get into that later. So some of this you've already seen, because I think the last video before I was hacked in late October. I was hacked on Halloween, actually, by, I think, what they call a Halloween hacker, just because of some of the things that they did that was related to Halloween during the time that I was hacked. But I refer this hacker as a Halloween hacker anyway, because it happened on Halloween, and so then I wasn't able from Halloween on to get into really any of my accounts. And it took a long time to reestablish everything, get new, they just really wreaked havoc on my entire life and caused a lot of unnecessary stress. So, but anyway, so I'm going to show you the album up until the last 4 pages that I need to complete, and hopefully I'm going to be able to get through that quickly. So, because I want to finish this album today. I want to be done with it. So this is a cover that I created. Of course, I haven't done any journaling yet, and I will do that off camera, just for privacy reasons. I did figure out a new way for my tripod that I could really like. I've struggled with this tripod for quite a long time, and I think I figured out a way that it is going to work really well for me. So we'll see. We'll see when this video is done if that actually is true. So this was day one. My husband's getting the stuff out of our storage shed for Christmas. Day two is decorating the tree. Day three is of two of my grandchildren, or day three is of two of my grandchildren, Esmeralda and Corbin. This was his first Christmas. 2023 was. This is the first hot cocoa of the year. This is just kind of a ritual that I do every year. I take a picture of the first time that I make hot cocoa or hot chocolate for the year. I don't know what side you are on. I am a hot cocoa girl. I like old-fashioned hot cocoa made with actual cocoa. And my kids do too. And I would make, when the kids were little, I would make a big pot of homemade hot cocoa, and they loved it. But over the years, it's just easier to use the packets. But I do prefer that. And I think that I used a packet for that time, but I prefer hot cocoa, old-fashioned hot cocoa. What is your favorite? You can comment down below. What if you prefer hot cocoa or powdered hot chocolate? This is day 5. They have a lighting tree ceremony on the square in my son and daughter-in-law's town that they live in. And my daughter-in-law had a daughter that passed away. She had a disability when she was a young child, and it happened in 2019. She passed away. And so they have memorial trees that you can put up during this lighting tree ceremony. And every year she creates one for her daughter, Lainey. And then this is also at the lighting of the tree ceremony. They had little booths where kids could make things, and here they're making reindeer food. These are some things that we did on day 7, and we completed a puzzle. These Cavarini puzzles, or is it Cavarini or Cavarello? I can't remember what it's called, but these puzzles that come in these canisters are our favorite, and we've been collecting them for quite a while. I think they're Cavallini, but they're really high quality puzzles. You can get them on Amazon, and we have a bunch that are holiday themed, and we did that. And then that particular year I was into coloring on my phone, and this is one of the pictures that I colored over the holiday season on my phone. We got the stockings out and hung on day 9. And this was my first stocking that my mom made on my first Christmas. And I don't use it as a stocking, but I hang it up for decoration every year. On day 9, we went into town because my son needed new shoes. He's been working out a lot. He actually doesn't even look like that anymore. He works out every day. He's kind of turned into a bodybuilder, but he does not take steroids or anything, so he's not like that big bulky bodybuilder, but he's really lean, has really lean muscles now, and a lot of strength. But he needed new shoes, and so I took him to the store where I buy my running shoes and or walking shoes. I don't really run. And then they did a workup on his feet to see what kind of shoe would be best for him, and they decided on Brooks, and so he bought a pair of those. And day 10, my parents came to visit to do Christmas with us, and they bought Esme a little vacuum cleaner that she loved, as you can see. And on day 11, this is a picture of my son Hunter and 2 of his kids. This is Esme and this is Corbin. This is day 12. Jordy, their oldest son, who's going to be 11, I can't believe it, on the end of this month. One of our traditions is I sit down with him, and together we create a Christmas list for Santa. He points to what he wants. He's nonverbal, so he will point to what he wants in the Amazon Christmas catalog, and then we'll write it down. And we kind of work together hand over hand to draw a picture. On day 13, Scott took me to Chicago for my birthday. My birthday is at the end of November, but we like to do gifts that are, instead of like physical gifts, we like to do gifts that are like a trip or something like that. And he knows I love going to Christkindl Market in Chicago, and I'm not a city girl at all. I grew up out in the country, but the city has always fascinated me for like a day. I could never live in the city, but I like the excitement during Christmas time to see all the lights and go shopping and stuff. So we decided we were going to do our Christmas shopping in Chicago that year. And so this is our way up. On our way up to Chicago, we stopped for breakfast at this restaurant that was really good. It was called the Blossom Cafe. And it was really good. I had Eggs Benedict, and it was delicious. They gave you a lot, too. And then the next day, we went to Christkindl Market, and this is just where it's set up in Chicago. That's the entrance. There were tons and tons of people. We had to stand in line for quite a while to get in. And then these were some paper stars that I thought were really neat, so I took a picture of them. This is also at Christkindl Market. They have these annual cups they're like collector cups, and you get like hot chocolate, or I think you can get mulled wine in there. I don't like mulled wine, so I always get hot chocolate. And that year they gave us a cookie in there. So this is me sipping my hot chocolate and my cup of hot cocoa. We ate lunch there too. We spent like all morning, early afternoon there. And we had some potato soup with Wisconsin beer cheese in it, and then some German brats with sauerkraut and German mustard, which was really good. This is my husband, and he's drinking hot chocolate as well out of his collector mug. This was Christmas shopping at Macy's, downtown Chicago. You can see Trump Tower in the background. So we did the majority of our shopping at Macy's that year. They were having a fantastic sale on almost everything. I mean, we found so many good deals that day. We were really glad that we chose Macy's to shop at. And these were all of our purchases. So we pretty much got all the grandkids taken care of at Macy's, and a lot of gifts for our kids too there. So that was nice. The 16th was our oldest son's birthday. This is Matthew. He turned, how old did he turn? 30? Did he turn 30 that year? He's 32 now. No, 31. He turned 31. Yeah, 31. And this is his wife, Yesenia. So they did not want to tell me this during this time. Her favorite group growing up was RBD, or Ribald, and it is a Hispanic band. And so they dressed up for Matt's birthday, and they went to this concert. They had broken up a long time ago, and then they got back together for like a tour, and she was ecstatic. Yesenia was ecstatic that the group got back together, so that was really cool. And so they went to the concert, but what I didn't know at this time is she was expecting. So that was kind of an exciting thing to find out later on, like right at like probably, I think it was Christmas Eve, I found out that she was expecting. Or not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve, I found out she was expecting. And that was exciting because that was their first, that is their first child. So that's exciting. The 17th, we watched Corbin the first year of his life, my youngest grandson. And so my son works in our town, and then his wife works in the town that they live in. And so my son would bring him into town really early in the morning, and then we would watch him all day. So until he got off work at 3:30 in the afternoon. And so here we're eating breakfast. We're getting ready to start that puzzle that we were working on. And he was just a tiny baby then, just only about 4 months old. And so he's in the swing, and he would swing, and we would hold him and feed him and all the things that you do with a little tiny baby. On the 18th, our cat came back. We originally had 2 cats, and this one never liked being indoors and would take off like for long periods of time. Well, we hadn't seen him in a year, so we just assumed he was dead. Our other cat stays inside all the time, but this one does not like to be inside, and like you can accidentally open the door and he'll take off. So he somehow, every once in a while, he comes back home and wants to come in, and we let him in, and he eats and all that stuff, and then he'll stay for a couple days, and then he'll go. So he knows this is home. I don't think that he goes very far. The house next to us has been vacant for the last 5 years, so I'm thinking that he probably lives under that house somehow, or is able to get into that house somehow. I'm not sure. And that may be where he's staying, but we put food outside for him, and we try our best to take care of him even though he doesn't come inside. But that was a neat surprise that he wanted to come in to visit at Christmas time. This is my brother-in-law Dan, his son David, and then this is my son Ethan, and they stopped by to visit on their way home to Oklahoma. We grew up in Wisconsin, and Dan went to high school with me and my sister, and so his family still lives up in our hometown, and so they travel back and forth, and we're kind of like a good stop before on their way home, so they stop here and visit quite often when they go up to Wisconsin. My sister wasn't able to come with them that time because she was doing an internship. She's a therapist and a psychological therapist. So she had to work. She couldn't leave her internship to go up to Wisconsin. On day 19, Ethan had flown out to Arizona to see his older brother for a week, and we had to pick him up in Chicago. And so we decided that since we have to go up there anyways, we'll stop at the mall. The grandkids hadn't seen Santa yet, so we decided to go to the mall early and then let them see Santa, and then we'd pick Ethan up at the airport. So that's what we did. The kids saw Santa. This is a picture of me and my granddaughter Esme. And then here's the mall. This is our, what ended up happening is we all went to the food court to eat, and it was time to pick up Ethan at the airport. So the guys left and went to pick him up because the mall is right next to the airport. And then they came back, got us, and then we had some Starbucks, and then we drove home. On day 20, we went out to breakfast in Bloomington, and then we went to this store that is connected to an outdoor mall up there, and so the kids we were putting things on them, just kind of window shopping and stuff like that. And we put these light up glasses on Jordy. I think we actually ended up purchasing them so he could wear them in his Christmas program. And then Esme wanted this Mickey hat. She's really into Mickey and Minnie. And then, let's see. I guess this is on the same day because there's no number on it. Corbin turned 3 months old on that day. So he was, Christmas time, he was only 3 months old. I don't know what I was thinking, that he was 4 months old. He was only 3 months old. So Jordan took pictures of him every month with this blanket. I found this on clearance actually for like $5, like 2 years before he was born. And I ended up giving it to them for Kaysen. They never used it for Kaysen, so they used it for Corbin. And here's little Corbin sleeping on my lap. And this is, I don't know, is this the same day? No, this is day 21. I think some of my stickers are coming off. I gotta put some glue on. This is Esme. She started talking around this time. She is 3 now. She was a little over 2 in this picture. She started calling me Maga. I think she was trying to say grandma, but she couldn't say grandma, so she started calling me Maga, which is kind of backwards. Now that she's 3, she started calling me grandma, which is kind of breaks my heart because I loved Maga. But kids got to grow up and say things correctly. It looks like I lost a T, so I'm going to have to fix that. I don't know. It's probably stuck in here somewhere. But this is supposed to say then and now. And this is me when I was a little kid and my sister Jennifer. And we got guitars that year for Christmas. We're a pretty musical family. My dad sang. He has a really good singing voice. In fact, my sister Jennifer has a really good singing voice too. And here's a picture of me now. This is a 23rd. This is a book I was reading, the Christmas Bookshop. And I put it in I have a little free library out in front of my house, and this was gone quite quickly after I stuck it in my library. It was a really good book. I really like Jenny Colgan. She's one of my favorite authors. And here I am watching The Christmas Wish with Jimmy Durante, which is a annual tradition. We watch that Christmas movie every year. It just warms my heart. This is Jordy. He spent the night that night. My oldest grandson. And this is his Christmas program at school. The sticker is coming off. Just says Happy Christmas. And here he is with his class, and we were so afraid he was going to jerk this tablecloth off of here. Sometimes he'll grab onto something and pull, and we just were all looking at each other like that tree's coming down, but it never did. He did really great. It wasn't probably the best place for them to position him, but he did great. So on the 23rd, we decided we were wrapping gifts for Christmas, and these are some outfits, some pajamas that I got for Esme that came with, she got a Bitty Baby, American Girl Bitty Baby, and this is a little sleeper that goes on the Bitty Baby, and she got the matching jammies. And then this is an outfit that I picked up for her that was like a dress and leggings. And then on the 23rd, we got coffee, and we stopped by Trader Joe's, and we got some pretzels and different things. These are just kind of favorites when we were shopping for last minute gifts. On the 23rd as well, here we are continually wrapping gifts, wrapping presents. Baby Shark is a fave with all the kids. We set up the barn, the Fisher-Price barn, with a little kids nativity set inside. The kids really enjoyed the grandkids really enjoyed playing with that over the Christmas season. As you can see, Corbin is sitting there in his swing watching me wrap presents. Esme got a couple Christmas dresses for Christmas. All in all, it was a really good Christmas. She got some books. Here's some more wrapping. Jordy got jeans. They got some books. These polka dot books are a fave for sure. Even with my therapy kids, those are great. We got some new cute little tennis shoes. Just lots of different things for Christmas. Some blocks, or some bristle blocks. On the 24th was Christmas Eve, and we always do appetizers, eggnog, that sort of thing. So we had eggnog and snacks, and this is us just preparing all the hors d'oeuvres. Here are some of the treats that we had. We had a cheese ball and different appetizers. My mother-in-law, every year she gets a meat and cheese tray. She orders from Walmart, and she brings that, and then we get buns. And that just kind of is our dinner that night. Appetizers and sandwiches. On Christmas Eve, here's Esme sitting under the Christmas tree. This isn't our Christmas tree. This is Corey and Michelle's Christmas tree. Her other grandparents on her mom's side. Hunter, there's a lot of, I don't know if you've watched past videos where there is a lot of strife between the two families, between her mom and her family, and her mom and our family. She's kind of shut everybody out. And so her other grandparents are never able to see her unless we bring her over there. So that's what Hunter and Jordan brought her over to Corey and Michelle's, and she was able to get a present from them and see all her aunts and uncles on that side. And we just continually do with that because family is really important to us, and we think all the families should be able to see her. And so that's just what we do. Here's little Esme in her Christmas dress and her hair all up, all fancy like a little princess, and she's eating all of her appetizers. Of course, we had to make some mac and cheese because that's a staple for all the grandkids to go along with their food on Christmas Eve. This is also Christmas Eve. This is my mother-in-law Barb, and this is her brother Bobby, who lives with her, and she's holding Esme and Corbin. they had bought all the kids matching jammies that year, Star Wars jammies. Hunter is huge into Star Wars and has been since he was a little kid. So all of them had matching Star Wars jammies that year. Here's Corbett or Kaysen, and he's opening presents, and then Corbin and Esme. And here's some more gifts on Christmas Eve. We did not have her on Christmas Day. She had to go home to her mom. And so she opened all of her presents from everyone that night. Here she's playing with the bristle blocks. Here's Hunter and Corbin. And he's got, you can see his pajama bottoms match their pajamas. And here's Esme in her Christmas dress that I bought her. She was so thrilled to put on that Christmas dress. It was so cute. And then here she is twirling in her Christmas dress. And here, this is one of her cousins and her aunt on her mom's side that came over to our house. She didn't get to see her when Hunter and Jordan took her over to her mom's house, and so she stopped by with her daughter and brought Esme a present, so because that was their only chance to get to see her. And then there's only one left, I think. This is the one I most recently did. Here's Esme putting together a puzzle. My husband and I got them each a developmental box for as a Christmas present. So each of the kids got a developmental box according to their age, except for Jordy. He didn't get one. He got something else. But here's just pictures of them with their gifts. Here's that Pop-It book. Esme's opening it, and this is my daughter-in-law, and she's reading to Esme and Kaysen the Pop-It book. So that's as far as I got. I don't know how long this video is, but I should probably check because I want to finish the last 4 pages of this book, or well, both sides will be double-sided. So the first page, I don't think I'm going to do it on camera. I'll just show you in the next December daily video, but I'm going to do one on gift opening. This is my mother-in-law. This is my son. He got a video game from Ethan. This is my youngest son. This is our bonus son, Dustin. So this is all going to go on one page. This was probably our neatest recipe that we tried. So I'm going to do a page all on that and how I made it with rosemary and 7-Up. And it was a non-alcoholic drink that actually was really good. It was kind of like a spritzer, but so I wanted to put that recipe in here because it was kind of neat too, because the rosemary, when you put it, you like freeze the raspberries with the rosemary, and you put it in the glass, you freeze it in the glass. So you put the glass in the freezer with the rosemary and raspberries around it in a little bit of water, and then once that's frozen, then you pour 7-Up or Sprite in it, and then this raises to the top and it looks like a Christmas tree. So that was just a fun thing that we did. So that's going to be one page. And then I wanted to do a page on my son, and this is Kaysen, and this is Esme. And so just be about him being a dad and being such a good dad and taking care of his kids. And then this is Jordan and with Corbin, and just how good a mom she is. I wanted to do one on that. Another page on me being a grandma. And then this is just gifts from Matt and Yessie. We didn't get to see them over Christmas. I'm hoping that this Christmas I'll get to see them. That we'll fly out there for this Christmas, I'm hoping. But I can't guarantee it right now. I know I'm flying out there for Aria's first birthday. But I'm hoping that we can make it out there this Christmas. Sometime, either before or around Matt's birthday, I think. That was the plan last year, but it didn't work out because of my other job. And yeah, that was so. And then this, I wanted to do one on being a brother. What a good brother Jordy is to Corbin. And then the very last page is of my Aunt Verna. This is her very last Christmas. She passed away in 2024, and so I wanted that to be kind of the final page of my album. So I'm gonna do those pages. It's 8 pages altogether. This is 7, and then the 8th page I'm going to make. I have all these Christmas cards that I received from people, and I'm gonna make like a pocket page and stick those in, and that'll be the final page. So this will be the second to the last page, and this will be the final page. So yeah, so that's about it. I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. My next video is going to be with a page kit, and it's going to be a non-Christmas layout, just because I don't want to bombard everyone with Christmas layouts. I'm kind of sick of them anyway. I have all of 2024 December daily to do, and I don't think I can go from one December daily into another December daily without doing regular album pages in between there. It's just too much Christmas. So so my next video will probably be on Thursdays, my really busy day. I see the most of my clients on Thursday, then I see a client on Friday. The weekend, we're usually really busy over the weekend. So I don't know, it depends. I really don't like to scrapbook at night. I'm not a nighttime scrapbooker. I go to bed rather early. And I kind of have a nighttime routine that I kind of follow. I've been really tired lately, so so that has kind of taken a toll on me. Health-wise, I got really sick last month. I'll probably tell you guys about that in another video, but I almost died. And so I haven't fully recovered from that yet. I'm still not 100%. I tire easily. Just a lot of things that changes to just, I'm different somehow. I don't know exactly. I can't pinpoint what exactly it is that's different, but yeah, it's really taken a toll on my life. So, and some people just aren't very understanding about that. Nor do they care, I don't think. And that's okay, I guess. But I'll talk about that some other time. So I will see you in the next video. Hopefully it'll be up in a couple days. We'll see. But I'm so excited to be back on this channel. I honestly did not think I was ever going to get it back. Like, it did not look good. Like, man, if I told you everything that went on, it was insane. It was insane. It was hard to get every single account back, prove it was me. I had to change my phone number. I had to change my email address. I had to change everything. They had stolen absolutely everything that I had. Luckily, they didn't get any money from me, but like they had made a mess with every single one of my accounts, and it was seriously a mess. So I'm just thankful to have it back, and I'm excited to be back providing content to all you guys. So I will see you in the next video. Like and subscribe if you like this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.